Assalamu alaikum. Hello and welcome to the Mansuri Show. I'm your host Arif Zaffar Mansuri, and today I am in Dallas at the 48th annual convention of APNA, the Association of Physicians of Pakistani Descent of North America. It's an honor for me to be sitting with Muniba Mazari Saiba, who is an incredible person. First of all, I'd like to welcome you to the Mansuri Show.
Thank you so much, brother. Pleasure to be here on your show.
So, I'm sure many of my audience knows Muniba Mazari very well. She's a remarkable person who took a personal tragedy and transformed it into a power platform. As a wheelchair-bound artist, as a award-winning activist, as a national TV anchor, as a motivational speaker, you know, some incredible accomplishments, UN ambassador. So, she's the beacon of hope for millions of people around the globe. So I am very, pleased and honored to be, sitting here with you at the Apana convention.
Thank you for being so nice and generous with your words. It's my pleasure, and it's pleasure to be here in your show. And we all go through something in life, but then how we get back into it and how we get stronger by day, that defines our journey. And we all are on a journey of becoming stronger every day, alhamdulillah.
Very well said. So before we begin our conversation, I would like to show this short video about the life and journey of Muniba Saiba. So let's please watch this short video.
On this episode of The Mansuri Show, we are honored to feature a guest whose life is a powerful story of triumph, not despite adversity, but because of it. She is known across the world as the Iron Lady of Pakistan, a symbol of resilience, reinvention, and remarkable strength. Born in Rahim Yar Khan in Punjab, Muniba Mazari belongs to the Baloch Mazari tribe. She earned her degree in fine arts from the University of Balochistan. But it was not a conventional academic path that would define her life. It was what she did with unimaginable tragedy. At just 21, Muniba's life changed in a split second. A near-fatal car accident left her with multiple spinal cord injuries and confined her to a wheelchair for life. But while her body may have been broken, her spirit remained unshakable. As she lay in recovery for months, immobile, in pain, and facing an uncertain future, Muniba reached for a paintbrush. What began as a form of emotional therapy became her language of healing. Her paintings, bold and vibrant, challenged the darkness and brought light to countless others. She launched her brand Muniba's Canvas with the powerful tagline, "Let your walls wear colors." Today, she is one of Pakistan's most celebrated artists and changemakers. But her influence reaches far beyond art. Muniba Mazari became Pakistan's first wheelchair-using model, breaking stereotypes in the fashion industry and redefining what it means to be beautiful. She also became Pakistan's first wheelchair-bound television anchor, hosting a show that inspired millions. In 2015, she was appointed the first national ambassador for UN Women Pakistan, using her voice to champion the rights of women and girls around the world. That same year, she was named one of the BBC's 100 Most Inspirational Women, and shortly after, listed by Forbes Asia in their 30 Under 30 list of game-changing individuals. She has spoken at some of the world's most prestigious platforms, from TEDx to global leadership forums, and was recognized in the 500 most influential Muslims in the world. In 2017, she received the Carrick Brothers Award in Serbia for her contributions to humanitarian and social work, becoming the first Pakistani woman to do so. Despite everything she's achieved, Muniba remains deeply rooted in compassion. In 2011, she adopted her son, Niela, another courageous choice that reflected her boundless heart and sense of purpose. Today, Muniba Mazari stands not just as a survivor, but as a beacon of hope for millions. She is a mother, an artist, an activist, a speaker, and above all, an inspiration to millions who have felt broken, unseen, or unheard. She reminds us that our wounds can become windows, that even in the depths of pain, we can rise, create, and lead. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our absolute privilege to welcome to the Mansuri Show the extraordinary, the unstoppable, the iconic Muniba Mazari.
Be grateful for what you have, and trust me, you will always end up having more. And if you'll cry and if you'll crib for the little things in your life, you will never ever have enough. You want to excel, you want to grow, you want to be powerful and passionate and great professionals? Learn the art of converting your adversities into opportunities. The moment you're going to learn it, sky's the limit. So be grateful, be happy, be alive, and don't let anyone diss your abilities. Thank you.
I'd like to begin by asking you about your early childhood. So you were you born and raised in Rahim Yar Khan, and you belong to a traditional Balochi family. So tell me about your early life, and how did that formed your worldview?
So yes, I was born and raised in Rahim Yar Khan. I'm not sure what traditional Baloch family is, but yes, my father is Baloch and my mother is from Karachi. She's Urdu speaking. So it was a beautiful blend of Balochi and family, and then Urdu. That's my mother tongue. So as a young child, I remember when I look back at my journey as a child in my childhood, I was always dreaming to become an artist. I used to paint, I used to draw, I used to talk to flowers, a lot of such stuff. But I think there's one thing which is like my fondest memory is like seeing my mother taking care of birds and feeding stray cats and dogs. And that's what I've always seen my mother doing. And I think that's one thing, that how can we give back to those who can't speak, who cannot stand for themselves? My mother has always taught us to do it. And it's not just she used to say it, be kind. She always used to tell us how to be kind with people. So I think my childhood memory is filled with feeding birds and drawings and paintings.
So now we all know the tragic incident, a traffic accident at a very young age. You experienced this horrific accident that left you paraplegic.
Yes.
So, and you found strength in that. I mean, you were hospitalized for almost 2 years, and so tell us a little bit about that. What did you go through, and how did you get the resolve and the strength to overcome that?
Speaking of the accident, yes, it happened when I was 20, and I celebrated my 21st birthday in ICU, and that happened in a rural area of Pakistan. How did I find strength? I think it's very difficult to find strength in that moment when you're so broken, when you are told that you can never be a mother, when you can never walk again, and there is nothing to look forward to. And I always say that when I was in ICU, my mother used to hold my hand because I used to cry so much. I used to scream because I was just so young. I just wanted to dream. I just wanted to do everything that I've always wanted to, like to become an artist, to live a good life. And being in the wheelchair for the rest of my life was never something that I looked forward to.
Of course.
But then life happens, and in blink of an eye, I became a wheelchair bound. And there was a night when I was crying my eyes out, and my mother held my hand and she said, "This will pass, because nothing lasts forever. With every hardship comes ease. Mushkil ke saath aasani hai," the Quranic verse. And she said, "One day Allah will show you why were you chosen for this test. Be patient." And then years and years went by. Things were not easy. I was hospitalized for 2.5 months. Then I was bedridden for 2 years. But you know what, brother? When you have faith in you, when you have hope in your heart, Allah helps you and He chalks out ways for you. So now when I look back at my journey, that time was painful, but it paid off eventually. And here I am having this conversation with you in Dallas. Who would have thought?
MashaAllah. MashaAllah, we're very proud of what you have accomplished. And you're certainly a role model for the women in Pakistan.
Thank you.
Tell me about this. So one of the things that you did after you were told that you would not be able to walk and all of those things, you picked up painting for the first time.
Yes.
And that was something that helped you overcome a lot of the challenges.
Yes.
So tell me about how did that help, and what did that do for you, the paintings?
Yes. So as I said, that even as a child, I used to draw and paint all the time. Becoming an artist was my dream. But in the car crash, I had multiple injuries. It was not just the spine injury, but my arm, my rib cage, everything got fractured. So it was hard for me to paint with the deformed hand because it was. I underwent multiple surgeries, including for my arm. But what really kept me going was art. My brothers brought some colors, some sketchbooks, and small canvases, and they say, you know, while you were bedridden for so long, why don't you just try and paint? That's your passion. And I just started painting, and slowly and gradually, with physiotherapy and brushing and everything, my deformity started to go away. And I remember all the paintings I used to make, my mother used to pile them up under my bed. And my brothers used to say that, remember, a day will come and people will see your artwork in galleries. And I used to say, you're joking. But when I started my life after, after this whole thing, and there was my first art exhibition, all those paintings got displayed. And my brother said, we told you.
And now your
So-
paintings have been displayed all over the world.
Yes, I
And-
exhibit my work around the world, alhamdulillah.
Yeah, mashallah,
Yeah.
mashallah. Now, so some of the things that you were told and you overcome those challenges. One, unfortunately, that you would not be able to give birth.
Be a mother, yeah.
And you, address that by adopting
Yeah.
a child. A very handsome young boy, I must say.
Alhamdulillah, mashallah.
So, tell us a little bit about that experience and what did that, do as far as your, your resolve and as far as your mission. How did it affect that?
Oh, beautiful question. So, when one door closes, Allah opens another one. It's all about stop focusing on the closed door, focus and have hopes for another door that's been opening. Yes, the very fact that I can't be a mother was devastating. I think that is the very moment when I really felt paralyzed and there was no hope. And it was something that I felt that you don't have to give birth to a child to feel motherhood or to be a mother. And then I discussed something with my mother and I said, Mama, I want to adopt a child. And she looked right in my eyes and she said, are you sure? And I said, yes. She said, let's do this. And I adopted this beautiful child, Muhammad Nail, a few days old. And mashallah, now he's 14 years old.
Mashallah.
And he's 6'1". And he's getting taller by the day, mashallah. And now he helps me from shifting to the bed to the chair, to the chair to the car.
Mashallah.
And he's my strength. And I think, his presence in my life is a testimony that if Allah puts you in a situation where nothing makes sense, He will reward you with the best gift. And my son is the biggest blessing. I think he's the fruit of all the pain that I'm going through.
Mashallah.
And when I adopted Nail, I realized that my journey of unbecoming who I used to be to becoming who I am today, and this idea of helping people in need, my son is a huge inspiration.
Mashallah.
Because my one decision of adopting a child changed my son's life, it changed my life. So how about reaching out to those who need our love and support and changing their lives? So the reason why I've joined Baitul Mal and why I work for children who don't have anyone, my son is my biggest reason and inspiration why I do what I do. Alhamdulillah.
Mashallah. You have overcome such diversity. And by the way, how many siblings do you have?
So I am the only sister and I have two brothers. One is the
mashallah.
elder, the other one is younger.
Okay,
So the one who is here helping you out is
Yeah.
my younger brother,
is he?
Sarfaraz.
Is that right? He's the one that lives in Dallas with you now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good. So now you were the first wheelchair-bound anchor of a national
Yes.
television,
Yes.
and you were also a model. You did,
I've done modeling,
yeah,
yes.
modeling. So tell us about that experience and how did that come about, and how did that shape your, that mission that you're on, and your opinion about the world.
Okay.
And all.
So I'll tell you something. When it comes to disability, I know people say a lot of negative things about Pakistan. Oh, there is lack of disability awareness. There is judgment. There are a lot of struggles that people go through. Wheelchair accessibility is a huge problem in Pakistan even now. But if you have the grit, if you have the passion to do something, people in your country, people in Pakistan will help you do what you want to do. All I wanted to do was to live my life to the fullest as a wheelchair user. And I just realized that, things were unfolding, be it doing modeling campaign or becoming the first wheelchair-bound TV anchor. I actually started off as a TV host for PTV, the Pakistan television,
Mashallah.
as the first female wheelchair-bound. And I did Ramzan transmission And let me tell you, Ramzan transmission is something that you do live
जी
for
बिल्कुल.
so many hours.
Mhm.
And I did it. That was my very first talk show. And then I joined Hum News, and then I was back in PTV. People welcomed me with open arms. My co-hosts, Noorul Hassan, Nawar Ijaz, Jugan Kazim, all of these people, they helped me so much. And I'm nothing without their support. So I do not want to take the credit that look what I did. It was the support system. Everyone around me, at the office, my colleagues, they all helped me be what I am today. So now when I look back and I see that, being a wheelchair user and as an anchor, I think a child sitting in a far-flung village in Pakistan, when they see a wheelchair user woman hosting a show, it gives a lot of hope to a lot of people. And
That's
that's
true.
the message. So I might be the first one doing all this, but I'm sure I wouldn't be the last.
You're absolutely right. That does give hope to a lot of people, and you have set the this stage for others to follow, and so somebody, I mean, in your situation when you were 20 years old, somebody would have probably given up
Yeah.
and feel sorry for
Yeah.
themselves. But instead, you took this and you also, I mean, you delivered a TED talk in Islamabad,
Yes.
which the topic was turning adversity
Adversity
into
into
opportunity.
Yes.
And it was a great talk. I've listened to that. It's very inspiring.
Thank you.
And tell me what impact that talk had on you and your audience. What?
It impacted me too. It's a very good question. I remember when I gave that talk, when I got on the stage, I had this fear of facing people,
course.
and it's
Everybody does.
but quite ironic coming from a speaker, but I was scared of facing the world because I used to listen to remarks like, "Oh, poor girl, she must have done something wrong. God has punished her.
Yeah.
Too pretty to be in the wheelchair. Oh, so do you have a fractured leg? When are you going to get up and walk?" And these things are not very light. They impact you. They hurt
Of course,
you.
they do.
But then you become numb because it becomes a constant. So I said, I'm going to give a talk and I'll share my story so that people don't judge me because of my wheelchair. But there I was on the stage, and there was this second of, I was guessing myself that, is this the right thing to do? I'm about to share my story, becoming an open book. But I said, you know what? I can't go back. It's so rude. Just give a talk and leave. And you won't believe, brother, that when I gave a talk, a girl came from the audience, right? And she gave me a hug and she was crying and she said, thank you. Your 10-minute TED talk has solved 10 problems of my life. Because your talk made me realize that not everything, if something bad happens to you, it's not the end of the world. And that if you have hope in your heart, all you need to do is just don't give up. Everything will fall into place. And when I thought about that and then I heard what she said, I remember my mother saying that Allah will show you why were you chosen for this test. And that was my true calling in that moment, that helping people in need and healing people through words is my calling. And whatever happened to me, Allah wanted me to be that, to help people. And that's what I'm doing.
Well, you have answered this question, but I'd just like to ask you this again. When people, are being insensitive, they say things without thinking, and I'm sure it bothers, so for people that are in that type of a situation, what, what, what kept you focused and not let this hurtful, words get to you? What was your, way of handling that, or what can one do?
We can never control other people's opinions about
That's
us.
right. That's true.
And remarks about us. If you're going somewhere and someone says, oh, poor girl, I cannot turn around and say, I cannot fight people. I cannot tell them not to have an opinion. But what I really can do is mute the noise and just focus on what I am supposed to do. And I think when it comes to having opinions, the only people that matter to me are my immediate family. And their opinions matter to me the most. So other people's opinions is nothing but noise, and that distracts you. So if you really want to focus on your journey, you have to say a big no to all the distractions. So to me, other people's opinions have always been a distraction, and I never pay heed to that. Never. I think you learn it with time. It hurts you initially, but then you learn how to ignore what's not good for you.
Very good answer.
Thank you.
So, Mazari Sahaba, you have represented Pakistan on a global stage. You were appointed the UN Goodwill Ambassador in 2015. Tell me what impact that had on your message, and I'm sure it was very inspiring for a lot of women, and for that matter, men
Yes.
in Pakistan. So, tell me about that experience.
Well, I feel deeply humbled and honored to represent UN Women Pakistan as a Goodwill Ambassador. And speaking at UNGA, General Assembly, from Pakistan as a woman in a wheelchair was a huge honor. And the very fact that people look at you, and when you tell them that you're from Pakistan, and the kind of admiration they have for you, I think it's beautiful. And I mean, my life journey and my purpose is to represent Pakistan in the best way possible. Because all that I am and I aim and hope to be, it's because of the love that I've gotten from my country. So to be able to represent Pakistan globally has always been an honor.
So you have, such great honors that you have received. You were named by Forbes 30 under 30, and you were also named by BBC as the most influential
100 women.
top 100 influential women.
Women, yeah.
How did you stay grounded even after that accomplishments?
You know what? Here's the thing. It's not about accomplishing. It's always about staying connected to your roots. Stay humble. And that's something that my mother has ingrained in us. No matter who you are, no matter what you become, always stay humble, always stay grounded, because what comes to you might leave you. What shouldn't leave you are your true, authentic values. So my values are based on being humble, and to me, humility is the key. Always.
You always are. So whenever I've seen you in, on television, or you're always very upbeat, you're always very positive, you're always smiling. What is the secret? Why are you're always just so resilient, and what keeps you motivated?
Yeah. Okay, so gratitude, shukar guzari. Be grateful for what you have. I've never seen a happy person who's not grateful. A person who's ungrateful is always sad. So instead of focusing on what you don't have, focus on what you have. And when I start counting the blessings that I have, I don't have enough fingers. So be grateful, and you will always end up having more. Because I always say that gratitude is so magnetic, it attracts abundance. So if you're grateful every day to be here, to be alive, to be breathing, to be able to say what you want to, you are the luckiest person. So if I sit here and focus on the things I cannot do, I will be in my room crying.
Of course.
So it's a choice that you have to make. Gratitude is a choice. I choose to be grateful every day. And maybe that's the reason that keeps me going.
Very good. So now you have represented in many charities, and that's part of the work that you do.
Yes.
Today you are at the Apna booth for Baitul Mal.
Yes.
So tell us about Baitul Mal a little bit.
Okay, Baitul Mal is an organization very close to my heart. I have been supporting and advocating for Baitul Mal for many years. And now, because I'm based in Dallas, I have officially joined Baitul Mal exclusively. And I'm working with Baitul Mal and its team as an ambassador, as a speaker, and humanitarian advocate. Everyone's heart is aching for Gaza, for Palestine. And we want people to be in Gaza who can help people. And Baitul Mal is that organization. We have our team on ground helping children and our brothers and sisters in need. We have a Hope School in Gaza where orphan children are being taught in the schools. And then Baitul Mal is working in Pakistan, in Afghanistan, in India, in Turkey, Lebanon, and beyond. So to be able to represent Baitul Mal is a huge honor, because no matter what you accomplish, when you look back at your journey, and if you have tried to help someone in need, that's your real accomplishment. I always say that we all came in this world with nothing, and we will leave with nothing. It's all about what we do in between.
Of course.
How many lives we try to change and help, that defines our journey. So when I leave the world, I want people to remember me as a humanitarian who had been through a lot, but her heart always ached for people in need. So joining Baitul Mal has given me this platform to spread my wings and help as many people, men, women, children, as possible. So Baitul Mal has made it so easier for me, alhamdulillah.
You have accomplished so much. in a very short, you're, mashallah, very young, and you have accomplished, you have a long list of incredible things that you have done. What are some of the things that you have accomplished that you are proud of? I mean, I'm sure you're proud of every accomplishment, but there's so many. If you had to pick a few, what would you say those would be?
You know what? I don't even have to think about it. I'm Muhammad Nail's mother, and that's my biggest accomplishment.
Very good.
So when Muhammad Nail comes to me and he says, "Mom, I love what you do, and I'm proud of you," that's my biggest award.
Mashallah.
And seeing my mother looking at us smiling, that's it.
Incredible.
I'm a happy person, alhamdulillah, because of that.
Mashallah. So what is something that you have not done so far that you wish you could do in terms of, the projects or any mission that you have not embarked on yet?
Oh, there is
Is there?
so much to do. I wish I could take away the pain from this world. I wish there was no child orphan left. I wish I could adopt everyone. And I would want to request your audience that there are so many children who need your help and your support. You don't have to adopt them and bring them home, but there are ways to take care of them, to become their guardians. Help them with education, help them with their basic essentials, their medical, their food. And if you can manage to save one child's life, that child is going to save your life in some way or the other. Because all the goodness you are doing is going to come back to you when you need it. So I wish I could take away the pain from this world. That's my wish. Maybe someday. And doing work with Baitul Mal is probably another next step towards healing the world, inshallah.
Mashallah. I'd like to ask you, what message would you like to send out to our, the Pakistani community or the community at large through our channel?
Okay, I'm big on speaking about mental health. It's very important. Everybody is going through something in life, and if you are going through something in life, I just want to say that you don't have to be an overachiever every day. Sometimes just waking up in the morning and not giving up on yourself is a huge achievement. Social media world is not always the true world. A lot of people fall prey to that. Everyone is doing something great, but what if you are unable to achieve something? Doesn't mean that you should lose hope. And always remember that no matter how bad circumstances are, there is always a new day. And this is coming from someone who has lost a lot. And here I am sharing this with you, that after every hardship comes ease. So be patient, be hopeful, and try to help as many people as you can. Inshallah.
Thank you so much. It's been
You're
a
most
pleasure. So, ladies and gentlemen, you watched our talk with the Muniba Mazari. Such a remarkable person. I'm sure you learned a lot. It was a very inspirational talk for me. I'm sure you got the message that, to be happy, resilient, and, overcome, all the difficulties. Gratitude is the key. Just simple, alhamdulillah, goes a long way.
Yes.
And so, that's all the time we have. Please keep watching the Mansuri Show. Keep listening to the Mansuri Review. Please keep sending your feedback at the address on your screen. And please keep reading Pakistan Link, Urdu Link. And please stay connected with Pakistan. Assalamu alaikum.
Parents, show your love with Tahir Halal Kids multivitamin gummies, made in the USA and certified halal. Delicious and packed with essential vitamins, these gummies keep your little ones healthy, happy, and full of energy. No fuss, just fun, because good health should taste great. Tahir Halal. Love, nutrition, and care in every bite.
ताहिर प्रोडक्ट्स आपके खानदान की सेहत के लिए बेहतरीन हलाल विटामिन्स और सप्लीमेंट्स, खालिस, मियारी और फखर के साथ अमेरिका में तैयार करदा।
Kaba Fusion is a pharmacist-owned, patient-focused team of professionals with over 30 years' experience providing intravenous medication to patients in the comfort of their own home. Founded by Dr. Sohail Masood, Kaba Fusion has 7 state-of-the-art pharmacies located across the country. Visit us at kabafusion.com to learn more about the benefits of in-home infusion therapy.